Hey there, welcome back to my channel or welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Tia B. And a couple videos ago, I showed part 1 of our house hunting journey here in Sicily. It's been such an interesting journey, but I'm confident that we'll find our permanent home soon. At least I hope so, because your girl is low-key getting tired of living out of suitcases. After viewing the first round of houses, we decided to just take a break and really allow ourselves to get settled and acclimated to being in Sicily. So if you want to see what we got up to, make sure you click the card up above. I will have that video linked there for you. Now moving on to part 2 of our house hunting journey. The first townhouse that I'm about to show you was a bit further than what we wanted to be, but there was a very delicious bar, or what we would call a cafe, right across the street, so that was a plus. Relative to some of the other places we looked at, the kitchen was a bit more updated and had enough space for everything that we currently own. But what I really loved was the backyard. There was enough space for a turtle to play and for me to relax. It even had an olive and orange tree, very common to find on your property here. The downside to this is that the bathrooms weren't all that great. This one doubled as the laundry room, so I don't think that this would get much use as a bathroom. I really liked that this one had an attached garage and a ton of storage downstairs. The bedrooms were located on the second floor and had a door to close them off. This was a plus for me to ensure that Turtle didn't accidentally fall down the stairs in the middle of the night. The other downside is that there was only one bathroom upstairs, which means if guests were to visit, we'd all be sharing this one bathroom, which is not ideal. The rooms here were on the smaller side, with the exception of what would have been Turtle's room. And as you can see, he was already taking claim to his territory. This townhouse had a ton of storage though, something that many of the homes that we looked at lacked. Overall, this townhouse was on our possibility list, but it ultimately did not make the cut. A really great feature, and one that I did not show you, is that this house is actually powered by solar panels. From what we've been told, utilities can be a bit more expensive here, so this was a great way to eliminate some of those costs. There was another townhouse that wasn't too far from the one that I just showed you, so we decided to check it out as well. First turn off was the configuration of the kitchen. I don't know about you, but I am not a fan of bathrooms being right next to the kitchen like this. Also, this space just felt very closed in, and the backyard was not all that great. If it had some green space, maybe I could let it slide, but it had none. The dining and living room area were also set up kind of weird, and I don't know how we would have gotten our dining and living room stuff to fit in here comfortably. There was a second bathroom on this floor, which I didn't quite understand the purpose of. I would have preferred this bathroom and then the bathroom in the kitchen to be used for storage. The second floor had 2 rooms. Now, I will say that this is probably the best looking primary bedroom that we saw, and this walk-in closet was a definite plus. On the third floor, it was set up like a mini apartment. There was another kitchen up there, which in our case was a waste of space, but could be cool for visitors to have their own mini apartment. There was a living room area that would likely only fit a small couch and TV, as well as a small room. This space also had its own bathroom. If we were certain that we would have visitors often, I probably would have considered this place. However, the landlord blocked off the garage to use as his personal storage. And in my opinion, I don't want to be paying rent just for you to use a portion of what should be my space as your own storage. And if I am, then it should be reflected in, meaning deducted from, the rent. But I don't know, you let me know down below if you think I'm tripping with that line of thinking. Next was another townhouse that was actually a pretty good distance from where we want to be. You walk into the living room area, which I think we could have worked with, but this first bathroom doubles as a laundry room and the kitchen was workable. The rooms were a decent size and I love the view from the primary bedroom. If it weren't so cloudy, you'd actually be able to see Mount Etna, the very active volcano I talked about in my first Sicily video. Now y'all, this bathroom was a hell no for me. It's the only other one in the house and I couldn't even bring myself to see the potential. And these right here, they were the smallest stairs I've ever climbed. And I'm not really claustrophobic, but these stairs made me so nervous. They led up to this upstairs space, which could be good for storage. The downstairs was nice though and could have been a cool play area for Turtle, and I love that there was an attached garage. Now this next house, it didn't make a lot of sense format-wise. At first, we were like, wow, this is nice and updated. However, this entire space that you're seeing is just the living room area. It was beautifully updated and I really liked the look of the bathroom on this level, but I can only imagine Turtle playing in this dirt and getting it everywhere. No thank you. When you go upstairs, there's a bathroom right off the stairs, and the primary bedroom also had its own bathroom. The size of the room was actually really good, and I liked that the closet, or wardrobe area rather, was in its own separate space. The other two rooms were also a decent size and had their own balcony. The very top floor had a space that could be used as a sitting room, office, extra storage, etc., as well as a rooftop patio. On clear days, you can see Mount Etna from here as well. Now, this is where things started to take a turn for us. The kitchen, while cute, was on the lowest level. The space also felt very disconnected, like it just didn't flow. This is the other side of the space, and compared to upstairs, it just felt very grim and unfinished. I'm not sure if they had plans to remodel this area as well, but the job was left undone. Also, they decided to close off the garage so it could be used as storage instead of parking, and I just don't understand that considering how much ash this area gets from the volcano. There was a beautiful lemon tree though. The next property we viewed is actually an apartment, but really it's just the top 2 floors of what used to be a 3-story house. It had 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and all of the rooms were a nice size. This room would have been transformed into my content creation studio, and I really liked the wraparound balcony and the huge backyard. It had olive, orange, and lemon trees. This is the second room, and it would have been my husband's space. The first bathroom was actually nice too. This video doesn't do it justice, but this is one of the better bathrooms. The primary room would easily fit all of our stuff, and I really love that it had its own private bathroom. They were in the process of renovating it, so that was a plus to me. The fourth room would have been Turtle's, and this room is the only one that doesn't lead out to the balcony. I love that for safety reasons, and I really loved that it was right next to the primary room. Now what I'm about to show you is the real reason why we passed on this apartment. This is the kitchen. I have no idea how I would have made this work. When we aren't in a hotel, I cook pretty regularly, and this is just not enough space for me to prep and do all the things I typically do. There was a nice balcony off the kitchen though. And this is the third bathroom that would double as a laundry room. The living room area was also configured a little weird, and the space felt a little small, or low rather, and there was absolutely no storage outside of the wardrobes in the bedrooms. We were thinking about possibly having more storage installed and adding some countertop space as well, but ultimately it just did not work out. For this next house, if it wasn't for the distance, it could have been a possible contender. The columns in the middle of the living space felt a little obstructive, but I feel like I could work around that. There was a bathroom on the main floor, and although it was near the first kitchen, it wasn't attached like in that other townhouse. While this kitchen was a little small, don't worry, you'll get a better view in a second. I love that there was this space right off of it so Turtle could play while I prepared our meals. 3 of the bedrooms were located upstairs, and I love that they thought ahead in this home by installing gates to close off the stairs. Every room in this house gets a nice amount of natural light and were also a good size. The primary in this house also had its own bathroom and a wardrobe already installed. The guest bathroom was a little more dated, but had we asked, I feel like we could have potentially gotten it to be updated a little bit. The balcony of the 3rd room upstairs overlooked the space downstairs and would have made a good room for Turtle, although I would have had to find a way to secure the doors. On the lower level, there was a second kitchen and a huge pantry closet. I've never seen a pantry this big in real life before, and it definitely gave this house a lot of points. There were actually a lot of storage spaces down here too, along with another bathroom and 2 additional rooms. The first room downstairs was small but could easily be converted into a closet using one of the many IKEA hacks floating around the internet. The second room was a really nice size, and we probably would have used it as either a guest room or a family entertainment space. The downfall of this house, which for some reason I didn't record it, is that while the washing machine is located inside, the dryer would have been installed outside and around the corner in a completely separate part of the house. Also, this area gets a ton of ash from the volcano, and while it's in a very beautiful, quiet, low-key residential area, we really need a space that has covered parking if we're going to be somewhere like this. This next house I'm about to show you was so in the cut. It was low-key in like an industrial-like area, and it had some, and by some I mean one great feature that you'll see in just a moment. This was supposed to be a 3-bedroom house, with this room being the primary. It was quite small and absolutely would not work for us. The second room was an okay size, but it had no windows, not one. When I walked in, I immediately felt like the walls were closing in on me. I really need some sort of natural light or else I'll go crazy. This is the bathroom, and I personally think it's the nicest part of the inside of this house. However, it's the only bathroom that's inside the house. The 3rd bedroom was low-key weird. I could see it being cool for an older kid or a teenager, but had we picked this house, it likely would have been storage up top and I would have used the bottom as my studio. This is the combined living and dining room space, and it gets an okay amount of light. However, I think with our couch and dining room table, it will feel real small real quick. The kitchen was but as you can see, Turtle could reach the oven knobs, which was a huge concern. We definitely would have to get covers of some sort. Now, in case you were wondering why I kept saying that was the only bathroom inside the house, this is why. Outside, there was an outhouse. I've actually never seen an outhouse in real life, and my husband and I immediately gave each other a look like, yeah, no. The landlord pitched it as being the bathroom that our guests use if we ever had a party outside. Logical, but I wouldn't do that to them. This backyard is a feature that I loved the most. It was so open and spacious and overall beautifully landscaped. I thought it was pretty cool that this house came with a guest house equipped with a kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom. There was also a pizza oven outside, which makes sense considering we are in Italy. The house I'm about to show you next was not one that we were considering, but I just wanted to show you because you really have to be aware of this if you decide to move to Sicily, or I guess really anywhere you just want to be aware of it. There are some people here who will remodel their attic and then post it for rent as if it's an apartment. And while it's not always a red flag, you really just have to make sure that these places are truly up to code. And that wraps up part 2 of our house search, but if you want to continue following along on our journey here in Sicily, be sure to subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and come back every Saturday because that's when I'll be posting my next video. Let me know down in the comments if you would consider any of these houses, and with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.